What if I told you that one of Africa's most iconic predators is quietly disappearing, not for its fur but for its meat? Picture a leopard. Maybe you're imagining it draped over a tree branch, golden coat dappled in shadow, eyes sharp and wild. It's the ghost of the savannah, elusive, powerful, almost mythical. But across large parts of Africa today, that ghost is fading. Not because of trophy hunting or habitat loss alone, but because of something far less visible. The bushmeat trade. Leopards are being silently targeted, not for their skins, but for their flesh. And the scale of this crisis is only now coming into focus. Let's start with the basics. Bushmeat isn't just about antelope or monkeys. In many regions, leopards have become a high-value target. Their meat is sold in rural markets and urban centers, often disguised as other game. But why? And how did one of the continent's top predators become? Dinner? To understand that, we need to look at what's driving this demand. In parts of Central and West Africa, cultural traditions and beliefs sometimes assign special status to leopard meat. It's considered powerful, medicinal, or a status symbol. In other areas, it's pure economics. As forests are cleared and wildlife declines, hunters go deeper, targeting whatever brings the highest price. A leopard can fetch significantly more than a duiker or a porcupine. For communities facing poverty, that's a powerful incentive, but here's the twist. Leopards aren't abundant. They reproduce slowly. A female might raise one cub every 2 years if it survives. They need vast territories. And unlike some species that rebound quickly, every leopard lost to the bushmeat trade leaves a hole that may never be filled. So how exactly does a leopard end up in the bushmeat supply chain? It often begins with wire snares, simple, cheap, and brutally effective. Set along game trails, these loops of cable are almost invisible. A leopard steps into one, the snare tightens, and within hours or days, the animal dies from injury, dehydration, or stress. It's a slow, cruel death. Sometimes hunters use poisoned bait, which can also kill non-target animals like vultures and hyenas. The leopard is then butchered on site, its meat smoked or transported fresh to local markets. In some cases, the skin and teeth are still sold illegally, but increasingly the real profit is in the meat. And because leopards are solitary and wide-ranging, their disappearance can go unnoticed for months. By the time conservationists realize a local population has crashed, it's often too late now. You might wonder, why aren't we hearing more about this? Partly because the bushmeat trade operates in shadows. It's local, informal, and deeply embedded in rural economies. Many people outside these regions don't even know it's happening. And when leopards vanish, it's easy to blame other factors, like conflict with farmers or habitat fragmentation. But the truth is, in some areas, illegal hunting for meat is the primary threat. There's another layer to this, too. When leopards disappear, ecosystems change. They're apex predators, which means they help control populations of herbivores like bushbuck and warthogs. Without leopards, these species can explode, overgrazing vegetation and altering the landscape. The loss of a leopard doesn't just mean one less cat. It can throw an entire food web out of balance. So what's being done? In several countries, conservation groups are working with local communities to create alternative livelihoods, training people in sustainable farming, beekeeping, or ecotourism. The idea is simple. If people have other sources of income, they're less likely to hunt endangered wildlife. In places like Zambia and Cameroon, community ranger programs have been established to patrol forests, remove snares, and report illegal activity. But it's an uphill battle. Rangers are often underfunded, and the trade is deeply rooted technology is also playing a role. Camera traps are being used to monitor leopard populations, while DNA analysis of meat samples in markets helps identify which species are being sold. This data is crucial. It reveals the scale of the problem and helps direct resources where they're needed most. Yet the challenge remains immense. Poverty, cultural practices, and weak law enforcement create a perfect storm. In some regions, eating leopard meat is tied to traditional beliefs about strength and protection. You can't simply outlaw a practice that's woven into the social fabric. You have to offer a respectful, viable alternative. The story of the African leopard today is at a turning point. In some well-protected reserves, populations are stable. But outside those sanctuaries, in the vast, unguarded wildernesses, leopards are slipping away not with a roar but in silence. Their decline is a warning. If a predator as adaptable and widespread as the leopard is struggling, what does that say about the future of Africa's wild spaces? But there is hope. Every community that transitions away from bushmeat, every forest corridor protected, every snare removed, it all adds up. The leopard's fate isn't sealed. Not yet. It will take awareness, funding, and collaboration, but this iconic cat can still have a future across its range. The question is whether we'll act in time to ensure it. If this hidden crisis surprised you, you're not alone. Share your thoughts. Have you heard about the bushmeat trade's impact on big cats before? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to Rare Species for more untold stories of wildlife under pressure.